Hello and good evening everybody. It's a wonderful evening and it's a joyful moment for me when I get in touch with you by means of my video series. Now welcome back to this lesson once again. We have been doing the 7th lesson from the book called Vistas of class 12 Cbse, and as I told you children that we will be going line by line in order to understand the meaning of each and every word, so that you are not in trouble in the examination. So without much delay, let me jump into it. This is the 4th video in the series. Now, it was the examination day, right? What was the time? It was 9:10 a.m. when the governor switched on the receiver. He had instructed, receiver here, telephone receiver, right? Telephone receiver. Why did he switch it on? Because he had already had it fitted. A mic is fitted inside the room of Evans so that he could hear the conversation between the invigilator and Evans, right? So he had instructed Jackson to tell Evans of the temporary little precautions. Now, why it is temporary little precaution? Because it was going to be implemented just for this examination time, so that Evans, what is Evans doing or what's happening inside the cell, they could understand. That is why the precaution. What is precautions? Precautions means when you take care or you are aware of certain things that's going to happen or might happen. So precaution means you are aware of something might wrong happen, so you are ready to face that. That was only fair, means it was okay, right? Okay, as if Evans wouldn't spot it. It means what? That they were taking the precautions. They had already fitted in the mic inside the cell, and the receiver was there on the other side in the governor's room. But wasn't it all a bit theatrical? What is theatrical? Theatrical means when you are doing something more than it is needed, exaggerated. No, theatrical means exaggerated in order to attract a particular effort, right? Exaggerated means more than what it is needed. Exaggerated, theatrical, schoolboyish, almost just like a schoolboy, childish, जिसे हम हिंदी में बचपना कहते हैं, ठीक है? How on earth was Evans going to try anything on today? Why and how? Because Evans could have done this. Evans could have tried to escape any time from the other places, but why is he going to do this thing today when there are so many people watching him, right? So try anything on today. If he was so anxious to make another break, why in heaven's name hadn't he tried it from the recreational block? What is recreational block? This is the part of the prison house where the prisoners are given entertainment. It is for their entertainment and enjoyment, right? It would have been much easier, but he hadn't. He never did so. Okay, so I don't think actually the narrator thinks that there was no such intention Evans had. But my dear students, let me tell you, he was planning to escape. Let me aware you beforehand, because Evans was very intelligent and he tried in a very tricky manner to escape. You will know in course of time. But he hadn't, and there he was now sitting in a locked cell. Cell means that prison room. All the prison officers on the alert. On the alert means they were all aware of it. That prison breaker, you can say. Actually, he was Evans the Break. He was popularly known as in the prison. So everybody was on the alert. 2 more locked doors between his cell and the yard. Yard means the area where the people can do. आंगन जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं. and a yard with a wall as high as a haystack. Haystack means, when you have a huge heap of hay. Hay means बिचौली, जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं बिचौली. Okay, haystack, it's a pile of hay. It was very heavy and high, and how could he escape from the prison where the wall is so high? Yes, Evans was as safe as house. It is again an idiomatic expression. As safe as house means he was perfectly safe, means he was not going to escape, he was not going to run away, right? He was perfectly or completely safe. You can write COMPLETE, complete, TELY, completely safe, means he could not escape from there. Anyway, it wouldn't be any trouble at all to have the receiver turned on for the next couple of hours or so, because the examination was going to continue for about maybe 2 hours. So it wasn't a problem. Okay, so it wasn't as if there was going to be anything to listen to, right? Next couple of hours the receiver of the telephone was going to be on. It wasn't as if there was going to be anything to listen to, right? So actually it wasn't as if there was going to be anything to listen to, means there may be something to listen to. By whom? By the governor. Wasn't? Okay, was it? Among other things, an invigilator's duty was to ensure that the strictest silence was observed, right? Strictest silence, it is a figure of speech. It is called alliteration. You can also call sibilance. Alliteration means the repetition of vowel sound, and sibilance means the repetition of soft sound. What is soft sound? S is soft sound, right? So you can write it alliteration, ALLITERATION. Alliteration was observed. Anyway, so what is it? Amongst other things, an invigilator's duty was to ensure that strictest silence was observed inside the cell. But still, that little nagging doubt. What is nagging doubt? Nagging doubt means the doubt which is continuing for a long time. Nagging means, here you can say continuing for a long time. Doubt, D-O-U-B-T, B is silent, children. Doubt, continuing, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-I-N-G, continuing for a long time, right? So nagging doubt. Might even try to take advantage of McLeery, get him to smuggle in a chisel. Chisel is a kind of a tool which is used by the carpenters, woodworkers. They use it to cut or to shape the wood. Okay, wood. So anyway, let me read it once more. Might even try to take advantage of McLeery. Who was McLeery? The invigilator. Get him to smuggle in a chisel or two, or a rope ladder. Rope ladder is also a kind of ladder made of rope. So if you just tie the steps here like this with the rope, and you can use it to climb down from the building or from any place and run away. So the governor was in doubt whether Mr. McLeery might have got something in his bag or something like that. He might have brought inside the prison, and Evans could use that one. The governors sat up sharply. Sharply means, when you sharply mean quickly and steadily, sharply. It was all very well getting rid of any potential weapon that Evans could have used. It was all very well means what was very well? It was well means it was good to get rid of any potential weapon, to get rid of something, getting rid of means when you get rid of something, you are trying to avoid that. When you get rid of trouble means you are no more in trouble. When you get rid of difficulties, you are no more in difficulties. So it was very well getting rid of any potential weapon. Potential means possible, P-O-S-S-I-B-L-E, possible weapon that Evans could have used. Could have used for what? Could have used to make McLeery hostage, or maybe for some other reason. Okay, could have used. But what's about McLeery? What if quite unwittingly. What is the meaning of unwittingly? Unwittingly means unintentionally. You can say unintentionally. I-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-N-A-L-L-Y. Big spelling, make sure. Unwittingly, if quite unwittingly the innocent McLeery had brought in something himself, a jackknife, perhaps. A jackknife is a small pocket knife, right? P-O-C-K-E-T, pocket knife, K-N-I-F-E, right? Small pocket knife, like Swiss knife, no? Perhaps. And what if Evans held him hostage with such weapon? Now, if Evans would ever try to hold that gentleman, I mean Mr. McLeery, hostage. What is the meaning of hostage? Hostage means when you keep somebody in your custody and you demand money, or you sometimes make the government or other organization release somebody or do something that you want them to do. That is called keeping somebody in hostage. So Evans held him hostage. Held him hostage is a very good alliteration. Look at this, H sound, right? Alliteration examination. And unwittingly means unintentionally. Okay, with such a weapon. Now, what were the possible or potential weapons? Could have been maybe a rope ladder, a pocket knife, etc. Okay, the governor reached for the phone. Now he just wanted to phone. It was at about 9:12 a.m. The examinee and the invigilator had already been introduced by Stephens when Jackson came back and shouted to McLeery through the cell door. "Can you come outside a minute, sir? You too, Stephens." Now he called them, right. Jackson quickly explained the governor's worries. What was the worries? That Mr. McLeery might have brought something unintentionally, unwittingly inside the prison, so that Evans could take the advantage of the situation. So it's better for Jackson to check everything, it's all right or not. And McLeery patiently held out his arms at shoulder level, whilst means while, W-H-I-L-E, it is a period of the time, whilst Jackson lightly frisked his clothes. Frisk means passed his hand over, P-A-S-S-E, passed his hands, H-A-N-D-S, hands over to check, right? So C-H-E-C-K, to check. Frisking, no? When you go to the airport, that during the security checkup, no, those officials, those who are there, CISF officials, they frisk you so as to check whether you are carrying anything potential, anything dangerous, something like that, which is not supposed to be taken. So frisked his clothes. Something hard there, sir. "My reading glasses," he said. "My reading glasses." It's actually my, but he said, "My reading glasses," replied McLeery, looking down at the spectacle case. Jackson quickly reassured him, and bending down on the landing, thumb flicked. Reassured means when you assure somebody again. Jackson quickly reassured him, and reassured means when you assure, okay, all right. And bending down on the landing, thumb flicked. What is the meaning of thumb flick? Means when you turn something on or off with the help of your thumb, no? Turning, T-U-R-N-I-N-G, turning on or off with the help of, with your, thumb, T-H-U-M-B, thumb. Okay, so thumb flick. The catches means the locks, L-O-C-K-S, locks on the suitcase. Which suitcase? Which McLeery had bought. And inside the suitcase, he had papers, question paper, envelopes, everything. Picked up each envelope in turn. In turn means one by one. Carefully passed his palms along their surfaces. Their surfaces means the surfaces of the envelopes. And seemed satisfied. Again, alliteration. Seemed satisfied means he was okay, contented. He rifled, you can say he, no, this will be, the pronunciation is a riffled, not rifled, sorry. He riffled curiously, rifle spelling R-I-F-L-E, right? This is, he riffled cursorily, he riffled cursorily through a few pages of Holy Writ. He riffled. What is the meaning of riffled? Riffled means, when you riffle, you skim, right? S-K-I-M, skim. You riffled cursorily, C-U-R-S-O-R-I-L-Y. Cursorily means, cursorily means hastily or superficially, right? S-U-P-E-R-F-I-C-I-A-L-L-Y. Or you can say hastily, like you use cursor for the computer. See, my cursor is moving. Cursorily means superficially through a few pages of Holy Writ. Holy Writ means the Bible, right? And vaguely shook the church time. Vaguely. What is the meaning of vaguely? Vaguely means not very prominently or not very carefully. Vague means something not very clear, right? And vaguely shook what? Church time. Which church? Do you remember the name of the church? Try to recall it. St. Mary's Magdalene Church. All right, so far. But one of the objects in McLeery's suitcase was puzzling him. Puzzling him means confusing him. C-O-N-F-U-S-I-N-G. Confusing him sorely. Sorely means badly or bitterly. B-I-T-T-E-R-L-Y. Or badly. B-A-D-L-Y. Surely. Do you mind telling me why you have brought this, sir? He held up a smallish, semi-inflated rubber ring. A smallish means small in size and shape. Semi-inflated. What is inflated? Inflated means when something is filled in with air, like the tube and tire of your car, of your cycle, bicycle, etc. They are inflated, means filled with air. Semi-inflated. Semi means half. Rubber ring. It is again alliteration. Rubber ring. R repetition of consonant sound. When consonant is repeated, we call it be repeated in the beginning of the word. Usually we call it alliteration. So semi-inflated rubber ring, such as a young child with a waist of about 12 inches might have struggled into. Now he means here Jackson held up a small semicircle, means semi-inflated, half inflated. Inflated means filled with, filled with air. Rubber ring, just a rubber ring was there. It was, you might have seen people for swimming, they use this kinds of rubber ring, such as young child with a waist. Waist means hip and waist, part of the body of a young child, small boy of about 12 inches might have struggled into, means with very difficulties could get into it. Struggle into, it is metaphor, right? It is M-E-T-A-P-H-O-R-E. Okay, so might have struggled into means when you can get inside it with a lot of difficulties. That's what you were struggling into. You're thinking going for a swim, sir? Okay, McLeery is here too. You're thinking going for a swim, sir? Sir means sir is Mr. McLeery, right? And who is telling? Jackson is telling. McLeery is here to amiable demeanor. Here to means up to this much, up to this time. Amiable means friendly. Demeanor means behavior was slightly ruffled. What slightly ruffled? Here you got one, ruffle. Here you got is one word, ruffled, right? Riffled, and here it is ruffled. Ruffled means disturbed, right? It was meaning of D-I-S-T-U-R-B-E-D, disturbed by this tasteless pleasantry. What is tasteless? Means when something is tasteless, you don't like it. Means what should I say? Tasteless means not something of a very good gesture or manner or behavior. Tasteless, little pleasantry. Pleasantry means what we call pleasantry means playful remark, right? Playful remark. P-L-A-Y-F-U-L, playful, F-U-L, remark, single L, right? R-E-M-A-R-K. Okay, in Hindi we call it majak, no? ये छोटा सा भद्दा जो मजाक था, tasteless. Okay, so this was going on. And he answered Jackson somewhat sourly. Sourly means bitterly again. Somewhat sourly again, alliteration, right? Somewhat sourly. If you might know, I suffer from hemorrhoid. Hemorrhoid is a kind of disease, P-I-L-E-S. Okay, so piles is a kind of a disease which many people suffer, hemorrhoid. And when I'm sitting down for any length of time, actually, who said? McLeery said, you know, sir, I suffer from what is called hemorrhoid. So I carry this kind of small tube with me so that it helps me to sit whenever I'm sitting, because the people, those who have hemorrhoids, they have a lot of pain while they sit, mainly for passing stool. Very sorry, sir, very sorry. I didn't mean to. The embarrassment was still reddening Jackson's cheeks. Okay, embarrassment means he was feeling very odd and awkward or weird. W-E-I-R-E-D. Odd, awkward, A-W-K-W-A-R-D, awkward. So, who was feeling embarrassed? Jackson was feeling, still reddening Jackson's cheeks. Reddening means Jackson's cheeks were becoming red in color because he felt very much embarrassed by the remark that Mr. McLeery said. And actually, he asked him about his very personal thing. No, he was suffering from piles, and he said, sir, I carry this one because I am a patient with piles. His cheeks. When he found the paper knife, it's a small knife like jackknife at the bottom of the case. I think, then he found that paper knife. I think I'd better keep this though. I think I should, Jackson said, I should keep it with me. If you don't mind, that is it was 9:11 a.m. before the governor heard their voices again. And it was clear that the examination was going to be more than a little late in getting underway. Okay, getting underway means begin to happen. Okay, getting underway means begin to happen, not starting. So governor understood the examination is going a little more time to start. McLeery, you've got a watch? Yes, sir. I'll be telling you when to start. And again, when you have 5 minutes left, all right, that is all right. Okay, silence. Now, this is written in a dramatic manner because these were being heard by the governor, right? Okay, so that's why it is written in this manner, not in the prose form. Silence. There was silence against McLeery. There is plenty more of this writing. Should you need it, right? There is plenty more of this writing paper. Should you need it? Here should means if you need it. Here means you. Why you need it? Need it means it means paper. Silence. Now write the name of the paper, that is 021-1 in the top left hand corner. Silence. Now children, be very careful. These numbers are the codes, hints, Evans tries to escape, and his companions and accomplices, they had all tried to help him out. So these numbers are very important. Be careful to remember this. Okay, McLeery, in the top right hand corner, write your index number 313. This is again another important number that you should be very careful to know, because it might help you in the examination. Some questions might be said on this. And in the box just below that, write your center number 271. All right, again, all right. So these numbers are very important, and I'm telling you children, these numbers will help him to escape. I'm telling you beforehand that he will escape from the prison, and the way he will escape, that will be a very wonderful, tricky way of leaving or escaping from the prison, which is very, very intelligent. But he had a lot of contact outside, and he arranged everything so that he is not caught by anybody, and this is how he escaped from the prison again. But let us carry on with this lesson. Children, as I told you that I take 2 pages every day, today I will stop here. I have completed 76 and 77 page. I told you that you have to go through it very minutely, each and every word, each and every phrase, and each and every poetic device. You have seen a number of places, alliteration and metaphor, they have been used here and there. So take care of this, because the examination paper setter is going to give questions on that also. So with that note, I would like to say goodbye to you. If you have liked this video, kindly give me a thumbs up, and If you have not yet subscribed this channel, you can do so. It will be my request, and that gives me a lot of encouragement to make more and more videos for you in future. So with that note, I will say goodbye. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Bye for now. Okay, that's all. Bye.